Hello everyone, it's Imaginary Doodles, and before I start this video, I just want to say, if you guys like the video, then please press the like button. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. The YouTube algorithm really likes videos that have a lot of interaction, so with you guys liking and commenting on my videos, it'll help get my videos out there to even more people. So yeah, and my goal is to hopefully one day get to 1,000 subscribers. Today's video was going to be a digital art video, but then I kind of got scared. I felt like it was too hard, so I decided to put off that video and it might come out next week or who knows when. Instead of doing that, I'm going to be painting on one of the pages in my Strathmore Vision watercolor pad. I have used the Strathmore Vision Mixed Media Sketchbook, but I've never used the watercolor pads. Most of the time when I do watercolor paintings, I usually just use watercolor and sometimes I'll use gel pen with it. In today's video, I decided to challenge myself and I'm going to do like sort of a mixed media piece. So I'm planning on using some colored pencils, and also I'm going to be using some acrylics that I just started using recently. I'm sort of like deciding between if I should just do a test painting in my sketchbook and then move on to doing this, or if I should just jump into this. I might just do the test painting in my sketchbook first. I might as well just stop rambling and let's just get started with the time lapse of me testing out the paints. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk or anything. I don't know. I would like to make talking videos like Drawing with Waffles does, but I have siblings, so that's not going to really work out too well. So this is like the first time in a month since I've used a colored pencil to sketch. And by the way, this is my rose-colored coal erase pencil. I don't think it's focusing. I just finished doing the sketching and the line art of this character, and I didn't line art in some areas because I didn't want line art to be there. And so basically what my plan is, I'm going to watercolor the girl and the fan. I'm going to use a colored pencil. I'm not really sure it's going to be this colored pencil, but I am going to use a colored pencil to color in the blush and the makeup. I'm going to use acrylic to color in the flowers and the background. I hope this turns out well, and if it's a disaster, then I guess I'll just color the whole thing with watercolors in my sketch pad. So yeah, or I mean in my watercolor pad. I finished doing all the watercoloring and now I'm going to move on to the watercolor pencils. Let's move on to these, not watercolor pencils. I didn't mean watercolor pencils. Right now I'm watching Hello Alice's using every watercolor pencil she owns video, and I think that's the reason why I accidentally said watercolor pencils. But I mean color pencils. Some of them are Prismacolor coal erase color pencils, and then the others are just Crayola. Okay, here's the mess I created. This is the reason why I didn't record the acrylic portion of this video, because I couldn't figure out how to mix the colors and it just ended up turning out like a big mess. What I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna use colored pencil because I really like how the colored pencil part turned out. So what I'm gonna do instead is just remove all of the acrylic part and just replace it with watercolor. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more color pencil because I really liked how it turned out on the face, so I might add it in other areas. Today I'm just going to call it quits, and tomorrow I'm going to probably like do some warm-up thumbnails and maybe do a color comp or two, possibly. I'm not promising anything. The next clip you'll probably see the sketches that I drew and then see me painting the final illustration. Okay, so today is day 2, and I said in the last clip that I was going to do some sketches and some color comps. Basically, I was going to do some warm-ups before I did the final drawing. And well, I was lazy today and watched quite a bit of YouTube videos. So this is all I've done today, which to put it into words, I did nothing. I guess I'm just going to jump in and start doing this piece with no practice or warm-up sketches. So I hope this turns out well. If it doesn't, then, you know, I guess I was asking for it. Let me just rip out a page and we can just get started. Okay, this page does not want to come out. I see. I might have to go get my X-Acto knife. How am I even supposed to cut this? Wait, oh no, I'm cutting into the paper. It's just seriously ruined. After a few failed attempts, I finally, wow, I'm gonna have to clean that up. I finally got a sheet of paper that actually doesn't look too weird and looks kind of decent. I mean, the top looks kind of weird, and don't ask how that happened. It took a good 10 minutes to get to this point, so we're gonna just forget the past and just move on. So now we're at the portion of the video where I can't get away with not talking and just throwing music in the background. So now I have no choice but to do a voiceover. Unlike earlier, it was only 30 seconds, so I was able to get away with not talking because, you know, those 30 seconds, what all could I say in like 30 seconds? Since this section is like 5 minutes of me drawing and not saying anything in real time, I don't think you guys would want to listen to, well, I mean, I don't know, who knows, maybe you guys wouldn't mind that, but I know personally myself wouldn't want to just watch a video that just had music in the background and the person was just drawing for like 5 minutes. Not saying those videos are bad, it's just I get bored easily and I really like it when people talk. Unless if it's like a 30-second thing or something like that. I don't even know where this voiceover is even going at this point. I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm going to just steer myself back on track because I have no idea what I was going to say. This isn't anything new, but I did try to attempt at doing this voiceover before, so this is like my second time doing the voiceover. An hour or two, I don't know how long it was, but I just took some time to just take a break and just stop doing the voiceover. When I was doing the voiceover, my head was all over the place, like my thoughts were jumbled everywhere. I have no idea why I was all over the place. I was going to say maybe I was just sleepy, but I've done voiceovers before when late at night when I'm like kind of tired and I still didn't sound as confused and I didn't struggle with saying what I was trying to say as badly as I did in that last recording. And if that wasn't bad enough, I was going to at first work with the footage that I recorded, but it turns out that was either my microphone or my phone that acted funny, and it didn't have audio when I replayed the footage again. So it's for the better, it's for the best. That recording wasn't even good anyway, so I'm not even that mad about that. I didn't intend on this drawing to be for this video, which I don't think that was worded right, but I'm just gonna go with that and hopefully, I bet you guys understand what I'm saying. I was going to draw this character on the front of one of my future sketchbooks because I just recently started to use the acrylics that my aunt gave me, and I really wanted to paint on the cover of a sketchbook because recently I've been, well, I guess not recently, if you want to count recently, like over a span of like, I don't know, maybe almost like a year, so I guess that's not really recently, but over like a span of a year or however long Drawing with Waffles has been painting on her covers of her sketchbook. Her drawing on the covers of her sketchbook has inspired me to do it myself. So after testing out the acrylics, I decided to start planning on some ideas for the future cover of my future sketchbook. As of now, I'm not really sure what I'm going to put on the cover of those future sketchbooks that I'm going to do. To be honest, I probably shouldn't even be thinking about that. I should be worried about finishing this sketchbook because this sketchbook, there's probably like over like 50 pages left in the sketchbook, and I think there's only like, maybe like 16 days left in the month, maybe even less. I don't even know. And I have a lot of pages to complete, so I have a lot of drawing to do. Don't know if I'm going to actually do it, but you know what? I'm going to try. And probably fail. While painting this drawing, I was sort of trying to go in like a yellowish red color scheme. I pretty much wanted every mixture to have a little bit of orange, a little bit of, yellow or red. And I did that so the painting would look cohesive. It didn't end up turning out too well because this painting just has a very small tonal range, and that's like my least favorite part of this painting. I love how the line art turned out, I loved how the color pencil turned out, but I really like how this painting like looks on this paper. As in, what I'm trying to say is I really like how the watercolors look on this paper. It looks really nice on this paper. I'm pretty happy that I like this paper because like I said in a previous video, I bought about 8 pads of this paper. That's because they were all like on sale and they're like $3.20, and of course I had to make sure it was free shipping because I wasn't going to pay shipping. Hopefully I talked enough. Hopefully I rambled enough because I kind of need to go to the restroom right now. Maybe that was a little TMI. Hopefully I rambled long enough. If I didn't, then I'll probably come back and say some other random mess. Okay, here is the final result. I pretty much like everything about the drawing besides that color part or the watercolor part of the drawing. I feel like I didn't get as much contrast as I would have liked. If only I could have had more tones in this drawing, I would have liked it even better. And maybe my color choices weren't the best, but you know, we can't win with everything. Whenever you make something, I mean, there's always gonna be something you don't like about it. Okay, so my opinion and thoughts on the watercolor paper. There wasn't much wrinkling, and I'm not sure if that's because the sheet of paper is bigger than what I usually paint on. Keep in mind, I didn't tape down the drawing at all during the whole painting process. I knew it was going to wrinkle, but it didn't wrinkle as much as I expected it to. I feel like my watercolors didn't tear the paper. Usually when I use my Canson XL watercolor paper, even when I just put down one layer of watercolors, it starts eating up the paper a little bit, and especially by the second or third layer. But I think I did like 3 layers and it still doesn't look like it ate the paper. So, and I do really like the texture of the paper, which I don't think I can show you guys the texture. Oh, actually, I think you guys can see it. Overall, I really like this watercolor paper. I feel like this is great paper for beginners, maybe not for experts and people who are really serious into watercolor. I'm pretty sure I'm still a beginner with watercolors. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.